How's it going, guys? This is Rio Murata, photographer based in Tokyo. You guys probably already know, but every equipment that I mention on my channel, because I'm not sponsored, I'm not being like rooted by any kind of corporation. Everything I say, especially equipments, is things that are beneficial to my viewers, and things that are not, I will never mention on my channel because that's not what I want to do. Things that I love to use, things I use constantly, I will talk it on my channel, but things that are useless I won't because it's not beneficial for the community and for my viewers. And I went a little bit off topic, but Peak Designs, 100% of their straps I use them. Their bags I never use them. I have personal issues, so I never mention it on my channel. But their straps are really good, and I thought it would be nice to like mention about not their straps, but more about their anchor links actually for you guys because I constantly use that specific accessory. And as sort of like time flowed by, my camera collection started to like increase, and probably you too. I mean, you keep constantly looking at new like cameras and you purchase new ones. And because I run a YouTube channel, I work full time as a photographer, and I'm also shoot with a film camera. I have like 3 times more camera equipment than the majority of you guys probably. So and if you guys know about like Peak Design's sort of camera strap system, it comes in sort of like a two-part configuration. One, there's these anchor links where you basically tie onto the sides of the camera and the sort of like the strap itself. And when you have one camera, you need 2 anchors. And when you purchase a sort of like a strap, it comes with 2 anchors, which for most people you'll be fine with it, but for me, I have like 3 4 cameras. I mean, I ran out, so I basically had to purchase additional anchor links for my camera system. And as time flowed by, I actually went to a Yodobashi Camera and a Bic Camera, local camera shop in Tokyo actually, and I'm used to seeing the red and the black signature look, iconic look, but they started selling the black version in Tokyo, and because I don't like do my thorough research and stuff, I don't know when these came out, but the black one looks really intriguing, so I just went out and just purchased it with my hard-earned cash, and to show you guys. And you guys probably know the Peak Designs like system of how you attach to the strap, but probably majority of people who are new to photography don't know. But what's like really great about this system is, like I said, you attach these anchor links onto the side of the camera, and the camera strap itself, the Peak Designs camera straps, also has these sort of like plastic, sort of like enclosure type of thing where you basically hook the anchors onto the or sling it onto the strap basically. And when I first saw it, I thought it was a joke because there's these 2 ladybugs like popping out of the side of the camera. And I basically back then used sort of like I think a black raffia strap that was basically hooked at the sort of like the bottom of the tripod plate. And I never looked back until Peak Design straps sort of picked up speed and they became really popular. And when I tried it, although it looks intimidating at first, it actually works really well, and it's like really efficient in my opinion. And this is due to the fact that the anchors basically hook onto the work of the strap, and when you want to take the strap off, you can basically easily like press in the the circle of the anchor links, and you can basically pull it off, and you can basically move that strap to a different camera which has anchor links, so you can basically reuse that camera strap throughout your system. And for some people, you can survive with just one camera strap and you can use it on multiple cameras. In my case, I use a medium format film camera, which is big and large, so I have one strap for that. And for my lighter sort of like camera systems, such as my Nikon F3, the camera that I'm using to shoot my YouTube videos, the XT4, when I go out to shoot photos on a digital camera, XT3, and also my Konica C35 sort of like travel camera. That's 4 actually, so I can basically swap out the sort of like camera straps with various cameras actually. So that's like the great thing about having the Peak Design camera system straps actually. And because I used my straps for roughly 4 to 5 years, if I'm I thought it would be nice to like make a video on it. And for these anchor links, they peaked it. I think Peak Design straps themselves haven't did any like minor changes over the course of the years, but their anchor links actually they did like 4 or 5. Oh, they did 4 actually. They did 4 iterations, 4 versions. So there was a version 1, version 2, version 3, and version 4. Along that way, they made lots of improvements. I mean, the version 3 was the worst case scenario from what I hear. They sort of like tinkered around with the thickness of the anchors, like what you call the rope that ties onto the camera. I think version 3 was like too thin and people had complained that it broke off easily. The version 4 that's being sold right now as of 2022 is their best like offerings, and that's the one that I use up until today, and maybe in the future I will keep using them. And I never broke any of my anchors actually, and I obviously abuse them a lot. I use it on my workplace and stuff like that. And what's also interesting about this like system is that Peak Designs sort of like anchor links specifically the what called a string that basically attaches onto the camera's side, I don't know, metal part of the camera. I don't know what you guys would call it, logo or something like that. Once you keep on using them, it's sort of like a tire, like a studdless tire on a automobile. Once you reach a certain point of degradation, you can basically check the side of the tire and you can basically see when to change your tires. Same thing for the Peak design. And this never happened to me yet, but if you use it constantly and because there's like friction involved, that when you see a yellow or maybe white part sticking out of the string, there's a sort I guess there's like 3 layers. There's a black layer, and below that there's like a white yellow layer, and below that there's a red layer. When there's enough friction and when it peels off like a charging cable, you can basically see the underneath that black cable there will be some kind of yellow or white type of like string popping out, and when you see that, that is actually the indication of it's time to sort of like change the old anchor links for a new one. And this is like really nice in my opinion because we never know when our straps or maybe our anchor links are degrading over the course of the years, and if it and the worst comes to worst, if that snaps off and your camera goes flying away, who's going to take the responsibility? It's us. So this is like one of the great ways of letting us know when the anchor links degrade over time. So going back onto topic, the first iteration, even now today's the Peak design makes it with this sort of like black in the middle, red on the outside, and I guess they made it this way so we kind of sort of like see immediately that our strap goes right there. And I guess when they first made this, I think they might have made a black version, but they never released it due to the fact that if it's black, we all know, we photographers know that black is the color that absorbs the most light, which means that it's the least visible to our eyes. And if we're like shooting in really dark environments and stuff like that, maybe if we're shooting outside long exposures and stuff like that, and we basically take off our straps, and when we're done shooting and we try to put back our straps onto these anchor links, if it's black during midnight, we'll never know where the heck the anchor links are located. So I guess that's one of the reasons why it's red on the outside and black in the middle, so we can basically grab it when we need it. And this is another thing that I've noticed, but a lot of people outside probably said that they wanted a black one because some of us are street photographers, and street photography we typically use a black camera along with probably like a black strap due to the fact that, like I said, black basically absorbs light and it becomes discreet, becomes secretive, and at the same time it won't pop out compared to shooting with a silver camera. So I guess that's one of the reasons why Peak Design like wanted to make a black version of this. My sort of like wild guess. So yeah, obviously like I'm using the black one on my XT3 when I'm shooting photos, digital photos outside, and the other cameras, XT4, GW690, and Konica C35, I use the red ones. They're exactly the same sort of like product except different colors, so I thought it would be nice to like mention on my channel. So yeah, that's basically it. Did I miss something? So yeah, this Anchor 4-pack that I purchased, so is for 2 cameras. Keep that in mind because I keep saying over and over again. 1 camera, you need 2 anchors. So this 4-pack that I purchased, you can basically put this onto 2 cameras actually. And because you already have some kind of Peak Design strap, that means that you already have 2. So in total, you can use, when you purchase this, you can use a total of probably 3 cameras. And most people have 3 cameras or maybe less. I'm a introvert guy and I have more than 3 cameras. So yeah, and because I have 2 straps actually, I have additional. So this is more than enough for as of 2022, and I will keep using this and abuse it until it breaks. So hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any questions, or I'm curious like what kind of camera straps you use when you go out to shoot. Do you use a Peak Design strap with anchor links, or do you use a different kind of strap? Yeah, please leave in the comments below. I'm happy to reply. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace out.